Thank you. The announcement today caught many political observers by surprise and left them surveying the senator's legacy and the political landscape ahead. Others who may be interested in the seat themselves might have only been surprised by the timing. It's been widely speculated that Mitt Romney will run now that Hatch has officially announced his intentions to retire. Romney issued a statement today that reads in part, as chairman of the Senate, Finance, and Judiciary Committees, and as the longest-serving Republican senator in U.S. history, Senator Hatch has represented the interests of Utah with distinction and honor. The statement goes on to wish Hatch and his wife the best, but says nothing about a possible run, at least for now. News specialist Jed Boal spoke with another Utah Republican who may run for the office on one big condition. Jed?
Yeah, Dave, we're here in front of the Wallace Bennett Federal Building in downtown Salt Lake City, where Hatch had his Utah office for many years. It was a day when many in his party, many in his state, heaped those praises upon him for his many accomplishments. But the waiting for the next move may not take very long.
I've decided to retire at the end of this term.
U.S. Senate seats don't come up that often.
Derek Miller, president and CEO of World Trade Center Utah, has studied this senatorial seat closely, considering a run for about a year. He respects Senator Hatch and the work that he has done.
My interest in running for the seat really didn't have anything to do with him, and certainly not a negative feeling towards him. Like most Utahns, I just felt like he'd been there long enough and that it was time for a change, and ultimately he felt the same way.
Hatch arguably wielded as much power in Washington as any Utahn ever has. Today, Miller believes this seat is very important for two key reasons.
What could the country do that we've done in Utah? How could we get our country back on track economically like we've done in Utah? And then secondly, let's not do anything on a national level that would mess up what's happening so well here in Utah.
But if Governor Mitt Romney decides to run, Miller says he will be a top supporter for Romney and not a candidate.
But if ultimately he decides not to run, I think you'll see a lot of people, myself included, who will decide that they want to go for it and throw their hat in the ring.
Hatch's office.
Political analyst Matthew Burbank tells me a handful of potential candidates are waiting on Romney.
If he decides to run, he would be the big name in the race. He would be the person that everybody else would have to figure out how do I beat this person? Just because he would have instantaneous name recognition. He could raise as much money as he wanted to or spend his own.
Both men suggest to me that the praise that we heard from Romney today for Hatch's service and his work is probably all that we're going to hear from Governor Romney for now. But they say that the governor also realizes that many people are waiting on his decision, so he will probably try to hasten his own. Guys?
It'll be very interesting in the days and weeks ahead. Jed Boal live for us tonight. Thank you, Jed. Our coverage of today